starting ESL lesson number 14, and we're going to do some questions and answers in the past tense. Past tense is a little different in Spanish than it is from English, and we will learn the English way to do it. This is a good day to study the past tense. Okay, let's look at study. And the question is, did you study? Okay, and that's comes out in the past tense in Spanish, estudió. That's a question. Remember Spanish question mark in the front and in the end of the sentence, which we don't have in English. English is one question mark at the end. Did you study? And the answer is, I studied. I studied. Okay, and in Spanish is estudié. Estudié. Did you study? I studied. I studied. Did you study? Did you study? I studied. Yes, I studied the lesson. Okay, did you buy? Past tense. Again, compró, question mark beginning and ending in Spanish. English just one at the end. Did you buy? Did you buy? And then you answer in the past tense. Did you buy? And you say, yes, I bought. I bought a new car. I bought a new computer. I even have a picture of a new computer. I bought a new computer. One for Sue and one for me. Would that be two? I bought a new computer. Alright, let's go to the next verb. To pay. Did you pay? Question. Did you pay? And the answer is, I paid. Past tense. I paid. Pagué. Okay. The question, pagó. Question mark in the front and the end of the sentence. In English, only one. Did you pay? And we answer in the past tense, in the preterite or pretérito. I paid. I paid. And then down here on the one of my drawings, I have a couple fellows paying the waitress the bill after eating a large meal, it looks like. Next question with the verb, did you swim? Did you swim? Okay. Did you swim? The question is in that order. But then when you answer, you say, I swam. I swam. The verb changes in the past tense. I swam. I swam yesterday. I swam in the lake. I swam yesterday. Did you swim? Yes, I swam yesterday. You can always look on the lesson and see the things, the names and the verbs and all the information written out. And today we say hoy in Spanish, today. Did you swim today? Did you swim today? Yes, I swam today in the morning. Here it is, the afternoon. Okay, couple vocabulary words. Today is hoy in Spanish, today. Today is Sunday. Okay, and then a bathrobe. A bathrobe is una bata in Espanol. A bathrobe. We use a bathrobe when there's a lot of people in the house. You gotta use a bathrobe for privacy. Now, let's go on to to they. Did they, and did they buy? They bought. Did they buy? Now this is plural, and it's the past tense, and we say compraron. Did they buy? Compraron? And then we say they bought. They bought. The verb to buy changes to bought, and all we do is we change the pronoun they bought, meaning several people. And did they buy house? Where's my house? Oh, there's my house, down underneath the TV, underneath the computer. Did they buy a house? Yes, they bought a house. They bought a new house, and it looks like a nice big house, very pretty. They bought a house. And then another word is, did they rent? Rent, and I'm using the word alquilar, and then we have to make it alquilaron. Okay, did they rent? Did they rent, and what do we have here they can rent? An apartment. Did they rent an apartment? An apartment down here between the keys and the briefcase. Between the keys and the briefcase is apartments. They rented. Did they rent? Okay, we say rent. Did they rent? But when we answer they, because it's they, more than one person, they rented. Rent becomes the past tense of rented. Yes, they rented an apartment. They rented. And here's a question. Okay, did they work? Did they work? Okay, so we're going to, in Spanish we always put that in the preterite. Did they work? Trabajaron. And then we have two construction people down here, or carpenters, carpinteros, working on something. I say a hammer or two and hard hats, they're working. Did they work? And we answer, they worked. We have an ed, they, at the end. Did they work? They worked. They worked. In the past tense, they worked. Put a little ed at the end. The present tense, okay, did they work? Okay. But when we answer that, we have to put another sound to it. It's an extension of work. They worked with the ed at the end. Fin de palabra. They worked. Okay. They worked last night. They worked last night. And last night, anoche in Espanol. That takes care of two little rectangles. Let's go to another one. This one, did you leave? This is that you're going to leave something. Okay, dejó, and you're asking, did they leave? And you ask, what did they leave? Okay. And we answer, I left, and we would say, my keys. I left my keys in the hotel. I left my keys in the hotel. And down here on the very right, we have some keys. Looks like the keys to the car. I left my car keys. I left my car keys. And then the question is, where did you leave them? ¿Dónde dejó? Where did you leave them? Okay, where did you leave them, the keys? ¿Dónde dejó? And you say, I left it on the table. I left it on the table. and if there's more than one key, I left them on the table to make the plural of the key. There's more than one key. I left them on the table. I left it on the table. I left the key on the table. I left it on the table. We changed leave. Where did you leave? Where did you leave it? Okay. I left it on the table. Leave becomes left. I left it on the table. The past tense. I left it on the table. Okay. Dejó en la mesa. Dejó en la mesa. Okay. I also had another problem. Okay. Briefcase. Where did you leave the briefcase? I left it in the hotel. I left my briefcase in the hotel. Left. From leave, where did you leave it? Where did you leave it? You always come back. I left it. You change the leave to left. I left it on the table. I left it in the hotel. I left it in my house. I left it in the kitchen. I left it at church. I left it at school. I left it at work. I left it in my brother's house. I left it in the store. Okay, let's see. We have a picture of someone studying for mathematics. Let's go back up to we did the did they buy? They bought. Did they rent? They rented. Did they work? They worked. Okay, at last night and anoche in Spanish. Okay, here we go to some questions about breakfast, lunch, dinner, supper. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, supper. Okay, and in Spanish we say tomó, desayuno. We translate that in English. Did you have? Okay, we don't usually use take. Maybe in Britain they do. In Inglaterra, in England they do. Did you have? Did you have breakfast? Did you have breakfast? And you said, and you say, I had breakfast. I had breakfast. Spanish, the question be tomó desayuno, and then you would answer, sí, tomé desayuno. Did you have lunch? Yes, I had lunch. Okay, dinner, did you have dinner? Yes, I had dinner. Supper, did you have supper? I had supper. And the verb there changes, did you have? It becomes I had. Present tense. In a question form you use have. I have $2. Okay, I spent my $2. I had $2, but I gave it to my wife. And now Sue has my $2 and she went to the store. Okay, I had $2, but I don't have it anymore. Let's get on to the plural. Okay, did you have fried eggs? Did you have fried eggs? And in Spanish we say tomaron fritos, huevos fritos. Did you have Did you have tomaron? Did you have fried eggs? Yes. And then answering for we. Did they have? Yes. They had fried eggs. Or if we say we had fried eggs. Tomamos. We had fried eggs. We had fried eggs. Okay. Did you have plural? Did you have toast? Did you have toast? We had toast. Question is, did you have toast? And we had toast. Did you have becomes we had toast. And Spanish would be a lot easier. Tomaron ustedes tostados? And we would answer, sí, tomamos. Yeah, we took it. We had toast. And then, did you, plural, have orange juice? Did you have orange juice? And then we answer, we had orange juice. We had orange juice. And then breakfast, usually we have, did you have coffee? Plural. More than one. You can be singular or it can be plural. One person is you, two or three persons, you. Sometimes we use you all, but sometimes you'll hear that and sometimes you'll hear you as plural. Did you have coffee? And we answer, we had coffee. We had coffee. I think we have gotten through all of the charts. There's math. Did you study math? And you say, yes, I studied math. Did you buy a new computer? Yes, I bought a new computer. And then there's people buying a big meal and says, did you pay? Yes, I paid the bill. And then there's two people, they have a new bathrobe. Each one has a new bathrobe. One is gray or black and one is white. And then swimming, I've had this same girl swimming. Okay, did you swim? Nado? Nado? And you say, yes. Or she says, yes, I swam. Or she's swam. She swam. Okay, then I have a suitcase. Okay, my suitcase is down there. Did you leave? Did you leave your suitcase? I left my suitcase at the hotel. We talked about the house. Did you buy a new house? Did they buy a new house? Yes, they bought a new house. And then there looks like a good breakfast. And you say, did you buy breakfast? Okay, and you said, yes, I bought desayuno. I bought breakfast. Workers we talked about, and then I have a glass of orange juice, and then I have a briefcase. En español se dice portafolio, briefcase. And then there's some apartments to rent, and then at the very last is the keys. Now you can start up your car with your llaves, with your keys, and go. Okay? Past tense. I studied. I bought. I paid. I swam. And they bought. Did they buy? They bought. Did they rent? They rented. Did they work? They worked. Okay? We put a ed, a, de at the end of the word Worked, worked, in the question, in the answer, they worked, has a little extra sound to it. Did they rent? They rented. Worked. Okay, I believe we are through with the lesson. Did you leave? I left. Did you leave the house? Yes, I left the house in my green car. I don't have a green car. Where did you leave your briefcase? I left my briefcase in the hotel, and I left it on the table. Where did you leave it? I left it on the table. Where did you leave? I left it on the table. Practice this until this comes natural. May the Lord bless you and keep you. We have a great God, and He will be with us. And I hear that we're going to have church service in our Spanish church Sunday. That'll be a great blessing, where we'll be able to see everybody back in there. And Pastor Toe is getting all things set up for us so that we will be able to stay our distance, but yet worship together. Que podremos alabar a Dios. Vamos a estar en nuestra iglesia. Para un par de meses no podremos reunir solamente por la internet. Internet era bueno para nosotros, pero ahorita es mucho mejor de reunir juntos en un edificio, alabando al Señor con la música, la predicación y todo, cosas buenas. Dios es bueno. Okay, forget about the Spanish, speak English, speak English. Thank you so much.